just kind of moving beyond that?
I thought we played really hard, and I thought we played really physical. I think those were the big positives that I was excited to see. That's the foundation for good defense. It doesn't matter if you're 3-4, 4-2, 4-3. You got to play hard, run the ball, and be physical. So those were positives. There were a good amount of busts that we got to get cleaned up. When we were all on the same page, we were playing pretty good defense. The beauty of defense, you got to have 11 guys doing their job. There were a lot of times it was 10 or just not getting lined up on some things. And so, we felt like really, not to take away credit from them, but it was just when we didn't get lined up and execute just base stuff is kind of when we put ourselves in some situations there. I thought we responded well to some short fields, sudden change situations, the couple that we got. Third down defense was hit and miss, really third and long. Was disappointed with some of the conversions early. We kind of adjusted the game plan to kind of what we were getting and what we just thought was best at the time to stop them. And I thought the guys did a good job of executing once we settled in there. Overall, I was pleased with the effort, pleased with the physicality. The cliche, the biggest jump is week 1 to week 2, and that's true. I think the speed of the game, new system, guys playing, new positions in there. We had guys like Nick Roberts has had 7 or 8 practices, and he started at free safety. So there's going to be some of that. But overall, I think we're trending in the right direction. We just got to get stuff cleaned up and have an urgency to get better this week and focus on us. This is a team that's going to come in here and throw every trick at us, that we've worked every reverse pass and, those type of things that we'll show them all week just to make sure we have clean eyes and we're disciplined. But, focusing on us right now and just trying to get better at where we're at and moving forward.
Those turnovers you guys forced looked like a lot of them were effort and kind of hustle. Stephon Wrights, especially, if he doesn't run to the ball, he's not there to make that
Correct.
play. How much did you see that effort you guys wanted come through on tape?
That's the huge coaching point on all that, right? Is Stephon doesn't run to the ball, he doesn't pick it. Devere doesn't tackle the guy on the 2-yard line when we had 3 missed tackles. We don't hold him right there. Elijah doesn't tackle a guy down there, which was on the 3 or the 4. We don't hold him again, right? A lot of times guys assume, and that's what we, effort is a choice. That's what we talk about. It's a choice. It's a choice to not let your teammate down and play as hard as you can because you don't know the outcome of the play. And it's hard to get guys to do that. And I think from a buy-in standpoint, I was really pleased with where we're at. Are we a finished product? No. But I didn't expect us to be. I don't expect us to be after next week. It's a new system. But if we have the urgency to play hard, play physical, communicate, be our brother's keeper, we're going to have a chance to continue to get better each week.
How big is, you mentioned it, but kind of muscling up in the red zone a little bit? And, there was that one big pass play and then nothing really came after it, to kind of turn quick memory, forget about that big play, and also kind of that urgency in the red zone.
Yeah, when you play DB especially, you got to have a next play mentality. We had a bust. It was what it was, but we responded and, we're able to get off the field. So I think red zone defense, third down defense is critical. Just situational football is something that's really important to us as a staff, especially in year 1. When you play against a tempo offense where a lot of times there's not chains in practice and it's just getting lined up, it's really good for us. But on the flip side, we got to do a good job as a staff making sure our young men understand the difference in, high red defense, low red defense, how we, want to call the game, put them in different situations. There's a time to, maybe be more aggressive versus there's a time to make them earn the whole field, right? Most offenses are built on explosive plays. And so when you can play with depth in the defense, make them earn the whole field, a lot of offenses struggle. So I thought our kids did a really good job of that. I think situationally we did a pretty good job on third downs, understanding third and short, medium and long situations. So we'll continue to get better at that for sure. And so, like I said, I think those were key factors, holding them in the red zone, obviously, because that game could have been a different game. If they score every time they're in the red zone, we don't walk away feeling quite as good. So, I think the stats were a little skewed at the end. We could have played better at the end. We gave them some yards. I would have liked us to play a little bit better on those last couple of drives, but I was proud that we held them out too. with guys, some guys in that hadn't played as much at that point. So a lot to clean up, though. I mean, I felt like we, for the majority of the game, really stopped the run pretty well. I didn't feel like the game was taking place on our side of the line of scrimmage. I felt like we were in the backfield. We were able to create negative plays. We had one run that popped for the touchdown. That was 3 missed tackles and a poor fit. And then outside of that, I thought it was a pretty clean game. We just got to get some things, cleaned up on some execution, communication, really more than anything, getting lined up. So.
We talked about pass rush previously, and kind of it's kind of a lot of one-on-one matchups. Obviously, you guys had only 1 sack, but I guess when you kind of went back and watched the film, was the pass rush kind of maybe the pressure a little bit there, maybe just not finishing?
Yeah.
What was
the pass rush wasn't on our guys. The pass rush was on the game plan. They were going to be a 7-man pro team on 3rd and long, so we didn't feel like it was really that advantageous to sit there and rush 4 the whole night when they were going to block with 7. Their quarterback hadn't really done well against, drop 8 coverage with vision on them, make them a pocket passer, 3-man rush with depth and eyes on them. So we just felt like that's kind of what the game plan called for that week. And we kind of in-game adjusted on it as well. We had some other thoughts and early didn't execute a couple things and just felt like, hey, it's working. Why do we need to change, So that was as vanilla as I think I've ever been as a coach in a game on 3rd and long. But it's not about, I know we have sack club here, and there'll be games where we get a bunch of sacks. We've got good pass rushers, but it's about, what do we have to do to, within the framework of our defense to execute in that situation. And we felt like where we were at was working. So on 1st and 2nd down, they were run RPO or max it up and throw it deep. And on 3rd down, the majority of the time was 7-man protection. So, it wasn't really a situation where you're going to get a bunch of one-on-ones.